tres, ei.
This is Callie, one of my best friends that I met in college and who later became my roommate. But we haven't seen each other since we graduated. So after 2.5 years of her living abroad in Spain, a visit was well past due. But before the long journey began, I needed food and coffee after being awake for a solid 24 hours with only maybe 3 hours of rest. So first we headed to a bakery nearby and had coffee and pastries. And it was a good thing we ate and energized, because this first day would include walking over 30,000 steps to see 11 different sites around Barcelona.
Fes un petó i anem els dos en bicicleta. L'aigua del mar és massa neta. Mirem de lluny els aparadors, escoltem les ratlles del banyador. Que els dos volem ser estimats, sense saber què és estimar, sense saber què és estimar. És la victòria de l'engany, de ser feliç però fent-se mal, de ser feliç però fent-se mal. Les coses que no diré mai no em fan cap por, no em fan cap mal. Seus rere un arbre per llegir, jo aprofito per anar a dormir i el vent ens trenca en 100.000 trossets i l'impacte és tan brutal. M'agrada el teu banyador, només m'agrada si te'l trec jo i em rebusques d'entre els cabells les pors que tinc, que mai diré. Me'n trobes una a l'orella dreta, l'altra dintre els rinxos, anava ben distreta. Que els dos volem ser estimats, sense saber què és estimar, sense saber què és estimar. És la victòria de l'engany, de ser feliç però fent-se mal, de ser feliç però fent-se mal.
The second day was a little less arduous, with only a total of 18,000 steps and an 11 a.m. beginning. Our first stop was Sant Pau, a hospital built between 1902 and 1930 for the poor of Barcelona. The original hospital, Sant Creu, was established in 1450, but quickly outgrew its means as the city modernized and medicine developed. Under the guidance of architect Louis Dominic i Montaner, the hospital was built following the modernist design of the city. Most notably, the hospital included a garden with orange trees and medicinal plants, creating a relaxing environment for patients, as well as a tunnel system allowing doctors, nurses, and patients to travel from building to building in private.
No me cuenta nada, todo ya es agua pasada, pero un bebo de tu mar, ya no sé lo que te pasa, ahora no me cuentas nada, el agua está envenenada, y yo bebo como si nada, 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 nada. Han crecido flores donde el dragón murió. Parece que la historia otra vez se repitió. No intentes sembrar si luego pedir perdón por todo lo que brota fuera de tu control. Y no sé lo que le pasa, ahora no me cuenta nada, todo ya es agua pasada, pero un bebo de tu mar, ya no sé es lo que te pasa? Ahora no me cuentas nada. El agua está envenenada y yo bebo como si nada, nada.
The hospital was fully functional until 2009, and since its closure, the building has become a restoration project and museum. After the tour, we made a quick stop at the supermarket to pick up lunch, a tortilla with potatoes and eggs inside. After one of many siestas, we hopped on a train and headed to Sitges, a beach town southwest of Barcelona. Here, we walked around the crooked and narrow streets, feasted on some Argentinian-style pizza, enjoyed the mixed modernist, medieval, and Arabian architecture, and enjoyed the beach. Day 3 started early, 5:30 to be exact. We decided to attend a Palm Sunday Mass service at Barcelona's most famous cathedral, La Sagrada Familia. And after an hour and a half of waiting, I almost didn't make it. A sprint to the bathroom and back almost left me waiting outside the doors rather than in, but I made it. Drenched in sweat and panting like a dog, I made it. Made it to experience the service and view the cathedral's architecture. Construction on the cathedral started in 1882, with Antoni Gaudi leading as head architect. But after his death in 1926, a civil war in 1936 in which plans and models were destroyed, and continuous circulation of new architects, the cathedral has still yet to be finished. But after over 140 years of construction, the completion date is set for 2026, 100 years after Gaudi's death. Another siesta later, we headed to Girona, a town northeast of Barcelona, known for its medieval architecture, colorful riverside houses, the Jewish quarter, and a cathedral, which also happens to be one of the filming locations for the Game of Thrones.
Por las noches la policía sigue mis sueños con fuego y con gasolina. Me mantengo despierto y quiero volver a mis cabales. No te pediré de vuelta las llaves, un elixir a mis heridas. Tentando el vicio y el azar, las posibilidades de volver a empezar, dejando de decir mañana. Quiero servir de inspiración, quiero ser carne de cañón. Noches la policía sigue mis sueños con fuego y con gasolina. Me mantengo despierto a mis cabales. No te pediré de vuelta las llaves. Un elixir a mis heridas. Un elixir a mis heridas. Un elixir a mis heridas.
When I thought I couldn't get any fewer hours of sleep, I thought wrong. Day 4 started at 3 a.m. We needed to make the night bus to take the airport bus that would take us to the airport for our 6 a.m. flight to Sevilla. We ended up arriving in Sevilla at 9 a.m., with plenty of time for all the sightseeing we had planned, but having already been awake for 5 hours, we needed sustenance and coffee.
He dejado de escribir para olvidarte, pero no es verdad. El tiempo pasa y yo sigo igual.
After a rejuvenating breakfast, we headed out for the long trek we had planned. We saw the arena where the bullfights are held, the Catholic Cathedral, which was once a mosque, the Alcazar, which was a former Islamic citadel, Plaza de España, and anything else along the way that intrigued us.
Messi, ya no puedo más. Hicimos que todo el barrio fuera nuestro hogar. Y ahora en cada esquina está tu nombre. Ya no puedo pasar. Y ya no puedo parar de pensar cómo tira todo, si has cambiado mucho y si has conocido a alguien más. Ya no puedo parar de dormir. Si soñar contigo es la única manera de saber cómo te va. Oh, 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 oh. No me creo que todo haya terminado. Clávame un puñal, va a ser mejor que ver que te vas. Y cuando volví habías olvidado. Desde que no estás, siento que cada día pesa un poco más. Pesa un poco más. Y ya no puedo parar de pensar cómo tira todo, si has cambiado mucho y si has conocido a alguien más. Ya no puedo parar de dormir. Si soñar contigo es la única manera de saber cómo te va. Oh, oh, oh. Y ya no puedo parar de pensar cómo tira todo, si has cambiado mucho y si has conocido a alguien más. Ya no puedo parar de dormir. Si soñar contigo es la única manera de saber cómo te va.
Since it was Semana Santa, or Holy Week, the other really cool thing we had the opportunity to see were the processions. Various brotherhoods organized these processions through the city carrying pasos. The pasos are huge, with figures of Christ and the Virgin Mary atop, and covered with flowers and candles. Around 40 men, or costaleros, have the honor of carrying the pasos through the city, lifting, moving, and lowering these 4,400-pound pasos. Along with the costaleros are the Nazarenos, wearing capes and pointed hoods covering their faces. The Nazarenos from each brotherhood wear a specific color, style, and emblem, from purple to green to black to white. This tradition dates back to the 16th century, centuries before any other modern interpretations. Altogether, these processions can include up to a couple hundred or nearly 3,000 Nazarenos, and can last between 4 to 14 hours as they follow a designated route from their home church or chapel to the Sevilla Cathedral. The processions were an amazing thing to see, if you could see them clearly. With thousands of people pouring in for the processions, it got a little crowded, needless to say. But with enough planning, patience, and endurance, it's worth the waiting, standing, and walking. After chasing processions for half of the day, we had built up quite the step count, adding up to nearly 28,000, so dinner wasn't essential as we planned for another day procession chasing. We started day 5 with a hearty breakfast, preparing us for another long day full of walking. Our first stop was a convent, where cloistered nuns baked and sold pastries. You simply choose your pastry, tell them your order, give them money, and they give you pastries in return.
I'm fan del revés. I'm fan del revés.
The pastries were really good too.
Esperant com curi el temps, vull ser com ells. Entre els meus pensaments m'he dit que no.
Next, we went to the Archival Museum, which housed more than 43,000 files of original documents from the Spanish Empire, including documents regarding political, social, and economic history, as well as the exploration and development of the New World.
Era dar,
Vull saber estimar-me a mi.
perquè cap dia em sembla igual.
Vull saber estimar-me a ti.
Perquè tothom
Then we crossed the river to Triana for some more wandering, sightseeing, and eventually lunch at the market.
tornar-nos a trobar.
El món és petit.
Sortir-me a buscar.
Molt més lluny d'aquí.
Tornar-nos a trobar. Sortir-me a buscar.
Our last task of the day was to get a good view of the processions. We planned, located the route, and arrived at the location an hour early. But our rain luck ran out. It started to rain, which only delayed and eventually suspended a majority of the processions for that day. But we persevered. Despite our aching backs and legs, we navigated the narrow and windy roads and waited amidst the crowd. Finally, around 9 p.m., just as the sun was setting, a procession arrived.
volando sé.
And that was our quick vacation within a vacation to Sevilla. The following morning, we got up at 3:30 again to take the airport bus to the airport for another 6:30 flight back to Barcelona. Originally, the plan was to do more sightseeing that day, but both of us were exhausted and aching from the extensive walking we had done up until that point. So we rested the first half of the day and finally made it out by the afternoon. We did a little souvenir shopping, had a quick empanada break, and continued to Barcelona's Plaza de España. And thankfully, it was a gorgeous sunny day. So we sat atop the plaza and enjoyed the street musicians until dinner. And as the day came to a close, we had dinner at a South African restaurant and ended the night with some popcorn and a movie. Overall, Barcelona was amazing. I've never walked that far or slept as few hours as I did in that week. We totaled 146,596 steps, averaging 24,432 steps per day, and adding up to at least 60 total miles walked in 6 days, with some days only having 3 hours of sleep. But it was worth it. I enjoyed every minute and every step of my trip, seeing as much as Barcelona as I could, and spending as long as I could with a good friend.
You got to get it out. All the nonsense in your head. These days it gets so loud. Best you put it to rest. Mama says it won't be long till I get along with myself. I guess I never am, but it's all just as well. I'm gonna pull it together, tuck me down until I get better. You know I'm gonna pull it together, shake me out. I wanna get better, but I don't know how. Oh please, settle down. She said to me as I spun out off the handle again. I never was a good friend. In all of my attempts to kick myself out of this, I fell right on it, tripped on that silver lining. I'm gonna pull it together, tuck me down until I get better. You know I'm gonna pull it together, shake me out. I wanna get better, but I don't know how. Hey kid, you've been down. You got yourself some good company now. Hey kid, you've been down. You got yourself some good company now. Hey kid, you've been down. You got yourself some good company now. Hey kid, pull it together. I'm gonna pull it together. Talk me down until I get better. You know I'm gonna pull it together. Shake me out. I wanna get better, but I don't know how. You know I'm gonna pull it together. Talk me down until I get better. You know I'm gonna pull it together. Shake me out. I wanna get better, but I don't know how.
Que els dos volem ser estimats sense saber què és estimar.
No me cuentas nada, el agua está envenenada y yo bebo como si nada, 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 nada.
No me levanto de la cama. Quiero servir de inspiración, quiero ser carne de cañón.
Ya no puedo parar de dormir. Si soñar contigo es la única manera de saber cómo te va. Oh.
Volem no ocells i ho fan tots al revés. Vull ser com ells, deixar-me enamorar.